revealing the Royal Netherlands Army CV90 with BAE Systems Hägglunds. On day one at the International Armored Vehicles Conference, organized online by Defense IQ due to the pandemic, BAE Systems Hägglunds gave a presentation that allowed to get more insight on the midlife update of the Royal Netherlands Army CV90s, which was contracted on January 13. Gabriel Åberg, the company sales director for the Netherlands, presented the briefing. BAE Systems Hägglunds carried out a pre-definition study to establish the needed improvements and agree on the requirements to de-risk the MLU program. This started in January 2020, 1 year before the contract signature, Berg explains. For were the main bullets, situational awareness, making the vehicle compliant to the NATO General Vehicle Architecture, adding cybersecurity considerations, improving protection, looking at state-of-the-art solutions that go well beyond adding tons of passive protection, and finally improving the firepower, and especially increasing the CV90 lethality range. The turret has been completely redesigned, although the structure remains based on steel, with add-on armor to reach the required level of protection, which of course remains classified. Another field on which company representatives did not elaborate is communications, as this is based on government-furnished equipment. The current CV9035NL features a chassis-mounted daytime close-in situational awareness system, but lacks a 360 night observation capability. To cope with this, a mast-mounted electro-optic head is being installed, located at the center of the turret. It will provide all-round unimpeded vision at 10 negative elevation when the mast is raised 500 mm, allowing to avoid blind angles due to other sensors on the vehicle roof, Berg explains. Its identification range matches that of the new long-range lethality effectors, the anti-tank missiles, both for the day and night channels, the sensor head being also fitted with a laser rangefinder with a 10-kilometer range and an elevation arc of 20 plus 60. The mast can be raised at whichever height, up to the 500 mm limit, and the computer automatically corrects the parallax error according to the operating height. Overall, the mast raises the sensor 600 mm above the tower roof surface, the system is fully operational at maximum height and maximum speed, and the sensor is fully stable. All potential sensor suites include artificial intelligence algorithms to enable automatic target detection, reconnaissance, identification, and tracking, to reduce crew workload. As anticipated, the protection increase was not done by adding some tons of heavy metal or exotic material, but by adopting an active protection system in the form of Elbit Systems Iron Fist LD, light decoupled. The two rotating launchers are located at the rear of the turret, these being loaded with grenade-like effectors that detonate in front of the incoming projectile, neutralizing it. As for firepower, the main 35mm gun was retained without modification. Guns will be removed from old turrets, they will be thoroughly checked, and some components might be changed if needed, but definitely, the 6,000 round barrel life is far from being reached by Dutch AIFV guns. In the new turret, the gun has been moved forward by about 50 cm, allowing a series of improvements in various fields. The MAG-58 machine gun was moved into an external pod. Besides gaining space inside the turret, the main reason was to avoid gas inside the turret, Lindell says, adding that the 7.62mm weapon installed on Dutch vehicles will have 1,500 rounds available. To solve the longer-range lethality issue, a twin missile launcher was added, capable of hosting 2 Rafale Spike LR-2 missiles. Located on the right side of the turret, with the missiles side by side, it is hinged at the back and rotates for some 45, allowing the launch of the missile, which in its ground version can reach a target up to 5.5 km distant. The reload is done from the rear, with the launcher in the elevated position. The launcher is armored, a compromise having been made between the need to ensure that the base would vent out in case of detonation, and that to protect missiles from small arms fire. The launcher can also host Spike LR missiles, whose range goes up to 4 km. This is the beauty of having some international customers, each of them bringing in new enhancements that become part of the CV90 portfolio, and which are made available to all the members of the CV90 Users Club. The BAE Systems Hägglunds Director Combat Vehicles concludes.